So welcome to Strat Chat. My name's Martin, and we are continuing our run as England, starting as William the Bastard, and this is his grandson, King Tom, and he inherited the throne at the tender age of 1, or was he 2? I think he was 1. But he's reached the age of 16, and today we're going to be seeing what he can achieve now he has reached manhood. I'm going to say it was extremely unlikely at certain points that young Tom would reach adulthood at all, but here he is. So what do I want to achieve with him? Let me just quickly look at his character and have a little bit of a think. In some ways a little bit disappointed with him as he was forming. He suffers a little bit with poor health. He's a wheezer. He's also inapathetic. Not brilliant traits, but he did manage to get the mastermind, philosopher, the level 4 education trait for learning. So that's going to be very, very important. He's also honest. Now, honest makes him virtuous with Catholics. Of course, he's a Catholic, so that's going to be +1 piety, and Catholics are going to like him more. That's going to be important. Diligent. I suppose the stewardship is really, really valuable there. But in addition to that additional stewardship, he's going to be able to develop the capital decision as long as we're going to be able to keep stress down in other ways. Craven, well, not the best trait. When he first got it, I was worried that it was a sin in Catholicism, but it's not. So that at least was good. So what I'm really thinking about young King Tom is he's got a long life ahead of him. I've already selected the theology focus, which means that altogether we're having +4 piety per turn. And I'm really thinking of getting him to do what Henry VIII did with his long reign, lots of time to build things up. Can he create Anglicanism, the Church of England that was founded by Henry VIII within his lifetime? I'm just going to have a little bit of a look at what that might mean. Okay, so I've made some changes. I'm not doing this, I'm just looking at how expensive it would be to make these changes. And I haven't looked at the tenets at all. Obviously, I think if we were going to go to a Protestant religion, communion we'd have to look at it. Monasticism, actually the Anglican Church does have a kind of a monastic tradition, but far weaker than in the Catholic Church. So again, we probably want to change that. But I've made some important changes down here. Kept gender as male dominated. The religious attitude, the Church of England is a broad house of kind of theological belief, always was, and for that reason I think pluralists would be better suited. Lay clergy, temporal head of faith, of course, because I want the king himself to be the head of faith, so if he can spread this religion he'll eventually get lots of money from people. Marriage is of course monogamous. Divorce always allowed, because of course Henry VIII did this in order to be able to have a divorce. I didn't change this from Catholicism. I did change this. The Catholic Church in this game also allows avuncular marriages to uncles and aunts. I put that down a step. So cousin marriage is allowed, which actually is in line with, I think, with British law, although marrying cousins is kind of unusual in the UK. Same-sex relationships were shunned in medieval times, I believe, so I'll leave that as it was. The other thing that I changed was, let's come down a little bit further. Clerical gender, of course, would still be men. I changed this, arms and pacification. It was on control. I didn't think recruitment was sensible. Arms and pacification, the idea that the church is there to kind of help the poor. Clerical marriage allowed, of course, and a very important difference between Catholic and Protestant versions of Christianity. And we had to go for temporal for life. We could have gone for temporal revocable, but a little bit more expensive. We went temporal for life. The idea being that we would be able, as the ruler, to choose who are our the clerical appointments. Now, Now I've put those things in, and I can change them. Later. What am I doing? I've put those things in. I can, of course, change them later, but the computer kind of remembers them, which is really, really useful. 4807, 4,807 to do this. So it's going to take quite a long time in order to save up that much. In fact, it would take 400 years. Is that right? No, it's not right. So it would take about 96 years if we did nothing else. But obviously, we're going to be looking for ways to increase our piety, and of course, we're going to be go on a pilgrimage to notify us when that becomes available. And of course, it becomes available straight away. So I think it would be almost rude. I think we might wait till we get married, but we don't want to leave this very long at all, because we want to be doing it pretty much straight away. So obviously we have the theology focus, and we'll probably get scientific. But after scientific, we're probably going to be working our way up here, getting better clergy opinion. The convert faith will be useful later, because there'll be some counties that convert to Anglicanism and some that remain Catholic. We'll be able to use this to convert them quicker. Same. But profit is really important, because we're getting monthly piety per night plus 1%. So if I've got 10 nights, I've got an additional 10%. That's pretty good. But also, and this is important, the faith, creation and reformation costs down 50%. So instead of it being 90 years, it's 45 years, because you're going to halve that. So what was it, 4,800 or something like that? Also, it's 2,400, a much, much more achievable figure. If I can get all the way up to theologian, we get an additional 20% piety. Yeah, so the impact of your level of devotion being larger, does that increase the amount of piety you produce? I don't know. That's something perhaps we'll look into as we get further into the game. I think he's such a good marshal. But what is this marshal achieving for us? We're not immediately planning to go to war against anybody. So it probably would make sense to have the Duke of Normandy do that role. I think we have to. Yeah, I think we should continue to just sway this important vassal here. So obviously, we're going to be systematically building up things. I'm very, very keen to get these back. These two counties here that I gave to a mayor stupidly, and getting them back is going to be difficult, because I need to increase my crown authority. Now that it's going to take a lot of prestige to do that. When it happens, I need to make sure that these guys really, really like me, because revoking titles is possibly going to be certain if they like me. Military, I think we've got quite a strong military. Probably could do with some mangonels, but we're not really planning to go to war. The next thing I think I'll do is get this regiment up to 8, up to full strength. But I should be mixing and matching that with developing my counties. So the art military will improve over time. Okay, we'll do that instead. And that's just going to increase the speed at which we are getting piety. Right, here's my wife, and she is special. She's disloyal, which is probably not ideal. I didn't spot that when I was picking somebody. But she's solid on this front. She's also a genius, and not just a genius. Also, I have got the legacies. Because I've had such a disaster. I've married off to people with really, really good genetic traits, and I've ended up with kids inheriting like the simple trait. This is conversion. The chance of reinforcing congenital traits goes up. Chance of inheriting good congenital traits goes up. So we are really, really investing in this disloyal woman in the hope of actually getting some pretty good traits. So do we want 365 gold, or do we want 350 prestige? I am kind of after prestige, because I do want to put up my crown authority at some point. First off, I'm going to have some money. We can invest that. we're getting a plus 11 spread across a number of things. So I'm going to put it on that for now. Well, there's so much stuff that we can buy. So let's start in Essex. All of these are mine, so I can build these up to my heart's content. Oh, that's being built. That's fine. So this Hunter's Lodge is improving the quality of our archers. This barracks will also increase the quality of our heavy infantry, and I think as those are our two mainstays, I think that's what we should be doing. What are we doing here in Hertfordshire? I guess we do the same thing. We get the barracks. Right, the only reason I can't do this is because it's too expensive. Okay, right, so we've spent all that money, but we do have some nice buildings, or will have some nice buildings once they are complete. Yeah, we're avoiding war. Transfer Lewin. Right. Lewin. Do I mind losing him? No. And it should cheer her up. Yeah, dramatically so. Good. Okay, so I'm really kind of doing quite a good job of getting these powerful vassals back onto my side. Pilgrimage. I think we'll wait till we have them. No. We'll go for it. Go on a pilgrimage. Even though I can't afford it, I want to go straight away because it gives me a chance to fit more in after the cool down time. And should we go the whole hog? It's going to take me so long to get 787 back. Right, but this is what we want to do. Let's go for it. Excellent. I get a lot of money here, and sorry, I get a lot of piety here. I get the pilgrim trait, which is really good, and 2% per night. That's fantastic. Okay. Now it might be. Oh, this is problematic. I'm trying to save up piety, but there's a bit of me thinking it would be very, very sensible to exchange some of this piety for gold and get this back. I think I might do it once to get ourselves out of debt if we get that opportunity. Right, let's do it once. We will get 677. We will revert. What just happened? Right, my Lena's passed away. Right, so this lady looks very, very good as a court physician. She has high learning, and she has obviously the tier 3 renowned physician trait, which is super. While we're here, let's have a look for somebody. Let's get rid of her. Let's change male to female, and this is meant to be unmarried. There's quite a few. The Queen Mother. Okay. Can we use her status to get something really special? So she could marry. Oh, let's probably give him a miss. He's a fornicator. But what incredible! Well, the Hugo's also got very high learning. He's much better for my mother. My mother, yeah, absolutely. She's going to marry Hugo, who seems a much nicer guy. Check that this is matrimonial. Yep. So he's going to be our new court tutor. Here we go. Court physician, aptitude good. Court tutor, aptitude good. Right, so why was I briefly able to get money from the Pope and now I can't? Did I go down a level of devotion? Did I accidentally go down a level of devotion by not being mean enough on the fornicators? I don't know. But I should go up a level of devotion soon. When I do, hopefully, we'll be in with the Pope. Excellent. Here we go. So this puts us back in credit. And I shall not be asking for that again, because I don't want to spend the piety. I need at least 2,500. To be fair, I'm already there. Halfway there. I'm working towards quite large amounts of money. Let's have a look at Duke Morcar. I'm going to carry on working on Duke Morcar. He's a powerful man. 550 for this. Well, we get a little bit of an additional little bit of faith, gets us a little bit closer. We're now at 6 piety per month. We're really going to get here very, very quickly. The thing that's going to slow us down is waiting to get to profit, isn't it, I think, over here. To increase the size of our castle, it'll take 3 years to build, but when it's increased in size, I'll be able to increase all the other things there. I'll do the same next time I got sort of 500 or so. I'll do the same thing down here, because it'd be quite nice to increase this trade port. I should go scientific, shouldn't I, first? But I just want to get to profit. And also, this will probably make the Pope like me quite a bit more. Not that that particularly makes any difference, because I'm not planning to get any more money off him. Okay, plus 10 is good. Morcar is definitely growing in how much he likes me. Do I want to do these sorts of things? It would be nice to have a sword, wouldn't it? 72 feels cheap. Obviously, it'll ask for more money as we go along. I'm happy with the extra 30. Morcar is essentially very fond of me now. But we'll get him to 100. Okay, we've got our 3 new barracks have just been constructed, making our army much, much stronger. And we're going to get an amazing sword because we just invested 230 in him. My queen is bearing a child. I really want this to be a genius. Duke Morcar has reached 100. Excellent. Right, she has given me 2 children, a quick one and a not so quick one. Tom and Juliana. They're good names. This is kind of painful, I'm not going to lie, but Fernando, it's going to be better. I've already sunk a fortune into it. This had better be good. Oh, do you know what? That is nice, though. So this gives me +7 prowess, personally. Pursuit efficiency 10% and faith hostility advantage. Now, this could be very useful if I have to go to war after I've changed my religion from Catholic. It'd also be useful if I went on another crusade again, but I don't think King Tom is going on any crusade. Right, I'm going to give to my prince. I'm going to give him an artifact. And this is going to give him a little bit more prestige and child opinion, but I can't use it as an adult myself, so let's do it. So this is Morcarson, so this is the guy. I mean, do I have an alliance with him? Yeah, I have an alliance with him because he's married to my sister. Yeah, super. So all of this big chunk of the north of England, or northeast England, powerful, dangerous, but I'm allied to it. Okay, actually, look at this. So he's doing domestic affairs. He can go on to foreign affairs now. We could do with boosting this a little bit, because at some point we are going to want to do this. I don't know why I'm doing all this sort of royal court stuff. I've got a great sword. Now I'm getting myself a crown. It's going to cost a fortune. But it doesn't really matter, because I'm in no rush to develop. What I'm in a rush to do is build piety. Well, this is lovely. Okay, brilliant. I'm gaining piety, prestige, and a learning lifestyle perk. Which brings me closer and closer to what I'm actually setting out to do. Right, keep constructed in London. That's really good news. I believe that means we can build this. All we need is the money. Okay, right, let's go on a hunt. So he's bossy. Well, it's got to be stewardship, hasn't it? Right, who... Let's remove Guardian and just get him someone amazing. I mean, realistically, my brother-in-law would be the best. He's only a level 2. Right, I'm well again. That's great. I don't look well, I have to say. But, you know, I'm 22 and I'm achieving a lot. We are getting there. Right, so we're on profit. Well, none of this gives any harm. Better diplomacy, direct vassal opinion, liege opinion improving. I could lose some stress, though. That's actually... We'll lose some stress. Anything we can do to reduce stress has got to be good. I think I quite like armed pilgrimages because I might be able to use it to declare war on Catholics later. So I think we'll leave it there. Characters may seek indulgence from the head of faith. That's me. So I definitely want to keep that. Monasticism is not strong in Protestantism, so we're going to change that one. Yeah, we'll do that. So all we need to do is get to 1890 and we're good. So we need 1,890 piety. We're on 1,618 at the moment. Look at this, we're level 4 here, farms and fields, farmsteads, fantastic. A lot of money, but they're going to provide 1.4 gold per month. Yeah, and then we'll go for development in county and learning per level of devotion. Faith conversion cost down 75%. That's what we need, apostate. For this faith, I need 1,921. I am going to choose a name. Anglican. Church of England. So, are we happy? So we're keeping most things kind of as they were, but we're becoming pluralist. We're going to be the temporal head of faith. Right, lay clergy. Is that very significant? Well, we're happy we're keeping lay clergy. We can legitimise bastards. Clerics are allowed to marry. Yeah, we can't. Okay, well, let's do it. I have literally never done this before in a situation where I don't really know what's going to happen. Okay. I'm going to gain direct control over churches and they will count towards my domain. Interesting. Let's do it. Okay. So, Church of England, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. Right, we have now got a job for our realm priest, who's not amazing. But he's the best we can do. Okay, so let's send him to Kent. So we'll convert our domain first. Wow. So I think that is a really, really good place to stop. We have got tons and tons of things that we need to get rid of. And I'm not quite sure the best way of doing this. Like, all kinds of dangers here. There's all kinds of things I don't know here. But it's going to be interesting. So we're going to look through this next time. So basically we become the head of our own church. We're going to spread Anglicanism around England. We're going to carry on trying to spread England into Wales and Scotland and Ireland perhaps. And then we'll spread Anglicanism as well. I mean, we've even got Anglicanism down here, which is quite handy. But how quickly is our guy converting these places? 16 months. That's not 3 years. That's not very long, actually. It could be a lot slower than that. And there's possibilities in this tree apostate, I think, which will convert things even quicker. So hopefully we'll make this an Anglican, English realm very, very, quite fast. And that's where we're going to stop. Thanks very much for listening. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And I will see you all after the weekend. Take care now. Bye-bye.